like to preface this by thanking Rabbi Ashurin, Ali, the other rabbis on the march, the survivors on the march, my family, and my friends. And let me tell you, if you're considering going on the march, I'll be the one to tell you to do it. There's no greater experience in my life. So I got a very different perspective from the march as many of my friends had. I didn't see it from a point of view of mourning, but from a point of view of Zionism. My survivor on my bus was Ivan Gabor, an incredible Zionist who was inspiring to me and my friends. To see Israel as a country standing today, historically, is incredibly significant, and most of us don't even realize it. When you go to Israel, and you have a layover in Madrid, and you say, all right, I'll take Iberia to Madrid, and then I'll take El Al to Israel, and then I'll be in Ben Gurion Airport, and then I'll see my friends in Israel, you don't give it a second thought, but when you think about it, historically, the fact that you're getting on an Israeli flight to go to a country for Jews is incredible. Historically, Poland was a center for Jews. Many Jews lived there, but it wasn't a Jewish country. Spain was a country in which Jews lived and flourished for a while, but it wasn't a Jewish country. America was a country where Jews lived and flourished, and still are flourishing today, if this isn't one of the biggest examples I've ever seen, but it wasn't a Jewish country. Israel is a Jewish country, and it's a country for Jews. And to not give it a second thought and think, I'm standing on holy ground that was fought by blood and by ashes, is incredible. It's mind-blowing that people don't give it a second thought. It's just another country, another one of the 200-odd countries in the world, but one of them is Israel, and it's a Jewish country. And the fact that Israel is independent politically, and socially, and economically, and that it has its own military, is incredible. I remember on the march, we went, when we were in Israel, to a park. And in the park, we had our bag lunches, which I'm sure many of you remember. And we had our egg paste sandwiches, which I'm sure you all remember. And we were sitting in the park, and we heard something coming, and we looked up, and it was a flyover of Israeli jets. A flyover of Israeli jets, when 60-some-odd years ago, we were dying in gas chambers. When 60-some-odd years ago, we had our family, and where we come from, crying, begging, thinking this would be the end of Jewish life. And then we come to a park today, not giving it a second thought. It could have been Alita for some people. It could have been Reynolds for some people. But you're in a park in Israel, and there's a military jet from the Israeli army, which represents the Jews flying overhead. I was awestruck. There weren't words to describe it. And to think that that nation exists today and has incredible influence today in the rest of the world. It's not isolated by any means. It's giving back to the world. And when other countries, and when other societies, and when other citizens, and when other families are knocked down, they mourn and they cry, which we do as well, rightfully so. But the Jews do something different as well. We get back on our feet, we make a country, we make a society, we make a nation, and we work for the world. We have hospitals that are on the top of the line. We have technologies that are at the forefront of technology, made by representation of a very small amount of the country's population. And to think that there are people in the world who are anti-Zionists and are fighting against us is incredible. But what do? We don't lie, and we don't make excuses, and we don't say, listen, this is what you did to us. We mourn when it's time to mourn, and we do work when it's time to do work. And we make an influence in the world. And that was something that the march taught me. Because before, Israel was a place where my grandmother lived, and a place where my cousins lived, and the place where my dad was born, but it was a country, just another country. And when I went to a flight from El Al to Israel, it was just another stop on the plane. but to see where Israel came from, and to see that it came from the death of so many people, and to see where they died, and to see where their families came from, and to see where the families are going in Israel, surviving today, influencing the world, is incredible. And that's only something the march could have given me. Thank you.
These young men and women speak for themselves. They don't need any introduction or any closing.